Okay. Oh my goodness. I've been talking for the past 5 minutes. I've been talking for the past 5 minutes, and I just assumed that this was open. I assumed. Oh, my apologies. My sincerest apologies. I assumed that you could hear what I was saying, not knowing my mic was muted. I muted this. Oh my goodness. So forgive me for that. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. I've already said a lot of things and I'll be repeating them. Summarily, we've done a lot, starting from the this the art of public speaking, how to speak better, how to develop your speech, craft your speech, how to manage the stage, you know, body language psychology. We've done a lot of all that in the course. This time around, we're going to monetize the craft. We're going to learn how to monetize, how to make money from the craft called public speaking. And like I was saying when before this, whatever you are going to be learning here tonight is perfectly transferable, meaning that you can steal the same template. You can apply whatever it is that you learn here tonight into any craft. If you're a writer, you get results applying them. You're a public speaker, wonderful. Spoken word poet, amazing. You will get results applying these principles because they are very transferable. So yes, I'm seeing the comment. I think I see a comment now. Hello, Ifesi Amarachi. Welcome. So I would encourage us to, keep communicating via the comments. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Tonight is going to be a very fantastic meeting. A very fantastic outing. Trust me, I'll break this down as much as I can. I'll break it down as much as I can. Okay. So you will be learning a lot, just like is in the description, what it takes to actually make money from public speaking, from your craft generally. Okay. So um if you have been asking that question, how do I monetize my craft? Because for a lot of people, there's always a point where you get to start understanding something. You've committed yourself, your time to something, right? You've committed your time, your energy to something, and you know that you have grown. You know that you've done. You've increased your value. You have value to share. You have knowledge. You have skills. You have abilities. You have experiences to share, and you're actually doing that. But then it gets to a point you begin to realize that your your effort in the efforts that you're putting in, you're not really seeing any tangible reward coming back to you. You're not seeing the return on investment of time, energy, money, you know, that you've put into learning that skill. Okay. So I I am bringing this for you so that you would know where exactly to start and how to start. Okay. It is not rocket science. It's not as difficult as it seems, you know, trying to monetize your craft. Okay. Monetizing your expressions is not as difficult as it seems. So what I would be starting with is the necessity for monetization. Why should you monetize? Why should you monetize? Why should you make money from speaking? Why should you make money from coaching? Why? Okay, for some people, They just believe that, oh, if I know how to do something, I should just do it and I should do it for free. I have a gift, so I should give that gift out to the world freely, right? And they just keep speaking and training and teaching and doing all that without having any profit from it, right? And they think it's okay until it starts hitting back hard on them. You don't want to be that person. Believe me, you don't want to be that person. After all the commitment, after all the energy you are putting in, the hard work, then you realize that you are almost empty handed. You know, I was speaking somewhere yesterday and I said something to them that I would also want to say here tonight. Don't be a broke influencer. You have to ensure that there's a way that you are making money from what you're doing so that that thing can be sustained. Yes, because if you're not making money, if you're just doing passion, 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 it's going to get to a point where you would feel frustrated by that same passion if there's no profit coming with it. Okay, so you have to intentionally discover ways to monetize what you do. You have to. Okay, and I'll be dropping a lot of insights tonight, a whole lot of insight. So whichever one you you catch, just take it in and run with it. Whichever one you catch. Okay, so um let me quickly get something. By the way, I would want to know you. I want to know who is here with me. Okay, I've seen one person. Please feel free to engage. Feel free to engage. I hope I get to see the comment. So this is this is what we'll be talking about tonight. Okay, monetizing your creative potentials. Monetizing your creative potentials, your creative expressions with public speaking in focus. Okay, so now I'll start by you actually drafting your speaker identity. Okay, your speaker identity, your speaker bio. So let's say you are invited to speak somewhere tomorrow, and they're like, "Oh, sir, we need your bio. We need your bio so that we'll be able to project it or whatever." How are you going to introduce yourself? Remember, I'll give you tips for writing a good bio, for putting out a good bio for yourself as a speaker. Remember that if you are submitting a bio for people to read, it has to be in the third person. That means they have to be using he or she instead of I. Okay? They have to be using he is a this and that. Chijoke did this, Chijoke did that, not I. You can't send somebody bio in first person and expect them to automatically start translating it. No. So you must have, as a public speaker, you must have two bios. Okay? Two bios, speaker bios. One is the one written in first person, and the second one is the one written in third person. Because there are some cases that you may find yourself and you have to be the one to introduce yourself. So you have to use the word I, not he. In your profile on on LinkedIn, on Facebook, anywhere else that you are putting yourself out to be a speaker, you should be using I and not he. As long as people who are coming there are coming to your space. Okay, they don't want it to look like, oh, this guy is just writing a story about himself and as if he's not the one. So you want to use I. If you are writing your profile on about me page, maybe a website just to tell people about you, you can write it in third person. That is he and she. That's what they'll be seeing. That gives more credibility. Okay. So now let me give you more tips. Let me give you more tips that would help. Um, so remember, this is usually the first expression, the first impression people are going to see your bio before you speak. Okay, so it must be clear, concise, and compelling. If somebody is going to introduce you, if you're going to have somebody introduce you, you know, during the speech or before the speech, you would want that person to know how to pronounce your name very well. I've been somewhere to speak and the MC introduced me as Chijioke Otakpa. Chijioke Otakpa, right? That was a blunder. That was a very terrible, terrible blunder. But I don't blame him. I don't I'll blame him a little, but I don't really fully blame him. It's not completely his fault. Okay, so you should endeavor that the MC knows how to pronounce the name correctly, especially if your name pronunciation of your name is usually difficult for people. Okay, you can call them close and tell them, hey, this is my name. So this is probably going to be recorded, it's going to be on TV or radio, whatever. So you don't want your name to be murdered and it's flying around online. Okay, so ensure that they can pronounce it very well. Now, these are some tips that you need to know when it comes to writing a bio. I'll tell you now will help you write your bio now. Remember, I said you need two bios, one in first person, one in in third person pronoun. But you need just more than two, right? You need to write for every speaking engagement you are going to have, you will need a different bio, especially if the topic is different. So my bio, if I'm to speak on networking, will be different. My bio, if I'm to speak on sales, will be different. My bio, if I'm to speak on on personal development, will be different. My bio, if I'm to speak on health and fitness, will be very different. Okay. So depending on where you are speaking, you need to tailor your bio. That's the mistake some people made. The same bio they used in 2014 is the same bio they are still using in 2025. The same bio they used to speak in a family meeting is the same bio they are using for a business conference. No, that shouldn't be. Not proper. Okay? So you should be able to adapt your bio per time. Your bio is like your resume. Your profile is like your CV. People are not necessarily looking for your profile per se, your full profile. That's not what they are looking for. Okay? People for an event, what they want to have is your your bio. What they want to read is your bio. What they want to see is your bio. Okay? So what do you need to actually write a good bio? Start with who you are and what you do. Mention your core areas of expertise or your niche areas. Number three, highlight achievements or impacts, awards, recognitions, media features. Then finally, close with your mission or how you serve others. Now, this is not like a perfect template. It's not a perfect template. You can adopt and adapt this whichever way you want, right? So if I'm to create a short bio, and remember, your bio for events should be short and memorable, okay? So that it doesn't wear people out. People can get really frustrated reading bio, reading profile before you speak. They are reading very long profile. I've encountered that. I didn't like it. Was boring. Okay? So you want to particularly make this short and memorable. Okay? You want to particularly make it short and memorable. So now Coming to the other one, and that is start with who you are and what you do. So I want to try and do a quick bio, right? A quick bio that I can send to somebody before I speak. They should read out. So Chijoke Otiba is a certified life coach, a public speaker, and a licensed physiotherapist. So let's assume I'm speaking in a health conference, right? Chijoke Otiba is a physiotherapist, a licensed physiotherapist, of course, should be the first one, a certified life coach, and a public speaker, right? He demonstrated sound clinical experience by finishing as the best clinical student of his set and received the Dean's Award as an undergraduate. He also stood out during his internship at National Hospital Abuja by receiving the Best Interns Categories award. He strongly believes that there's no good health, I mean, that there's no wealth without good health, and the entire healthcare should work as a team to ensure that patient is treated well, whatever. Okay, connect with Chijioke and read from his articles that would inspire you to better living holistically. Then I'll put my number or put my email or put my Facebook, whatever it is, there, a call to action for them to go and see more about me. That's usually what a bio is about. Is something that would introduce you to your audience and then help them to connect better with you. Okay, so um back to, okay, let me take a minute here. So, you can also turn it to fit into the model I gave. So, what do you do and how do you serve people? What do you do and how do you serve people? Okay. And then, if possible, you can also outline the particular topic or theme that you'll be speaking on, right? So, remember, there's no hard and fast rule, but just ensure that your bio is memorable. Just ensure that it's memorable. Okay. So, back to the next one here, and that next one is your your pitch. So so your pitch is going to be in line with what I've shared earlier. This time around, if you are pitching, let's say you go for a conference and you're introducing yourself to somebody, right? That's what an elevator pitch is. You are selling yourself usually in as short time as possible, as short a time as possible. You want to pitch, you want to introduce yourself to somebody. Okay, so you start with what you do, who you are, who you serve, the transformation you offer, your credibility. So if I'm meeting somebody, for example, there are different ways I introduce myself, particularly because I am a multi-talented person. Okay, so there are different ways I can introduce myself, and I could allow you to introduce yourself first, then I'll find a connection point and I'll pitch myself. But if that's not the case, I can meet somebody, hello, good evening or good afternoon. My name is Chijoke Otiba. I'm a physiotherapist, a life coach, and a women's health advocate. I create communities that empower women to thrive. in business and life. I also design training programs for institutions who are looking forward to doing more through education or corporate social responsibility, whatever, right? And I introduce myself that manner. I'll be glad to meet you. So you said something based off the environment that you find yourself. You said something that you think will interest that particular person, depending on the environment, the atmosphere. So if you are with educators, you want to introduce yourself in a way that you know educators will want to connect with you. So by the time you are done with that, you are like, okay, so yeah, I would like to connect with you. And then they say something about themselves. From there, you find something else that you can also talk about. So I can tell you, I'm a physiotherapist and a life coach, you know, and I train and I teach, I speak to inspire and transform people. Then I also practice with a hospital in town. And then you are like, okay, when I say let me meet you, and you are like, um, I am a women empowerment advocate, right? Women education and women empowerment advocate. I teach women about financial literacy. Then when I hear that, I'm going to just go, wow, 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 that's amazing. Really, really amazing. I also do stuff for women. I do a lot for women. I'm even building a community for women and mothers. I didn't say that initially, but because you have come out from that angle, I have to introduce that so I'll be able to connect better with you. Okay? So all I'm doing here, I'm still giving you ideas on what will help you get speaking invitations. All these things matter. It's all about it starts from mindset and preparation. You have to get yourself ready. You have to prepare for these opportunities and you have to position for them. Okay? So let's go to the next point here. What do you need to know? What do you need to know to host your own events? A lot of people will always ask. I think I need to put my video on now. I need to put my video on. Let me do that. So stay with me. Let me see how clear this will turn out to be. Not what I was looking for. Okay. So so let me keep this for the distance. So like I was saying, for some people, they keep asking the question, why are people not inviting me to speak at their events? Why am I not speaking at events? You know, um, I have knowledge, I have skill, I have abilities, I have interests, but people are not inviting me. I usually advise such people, don't wait for anybody to invite you to their event. Create your own events, invite those people and work with them, collaborate with them. There are still people who are willing to even speak at your event for free. Yes, some influential, wealthy, well meaning people can want to support you by giving you a free slot to speak at your own event when you organize the event. Okay, so you must know how to host and organize your own event. You must be ready to shoulder the responsibility. You can self host, you can even be the only speaker at that event until you start getting traction, you start getting noticed. Okay, so like I was saying, you can be the only speaker at the event till you start getting noticed. I had a similar experience that when I was getting started in my speaking journey, I I was frustrated by the fact that I wasn't really getting invited to speak. Didn't get tired and say, oh, because people are not inviting me, I would stop speaking. No, no, I didn't do that. But rather, I started doing my own events. I started organizing my own events. Okay. And I did that again and again and again and again until that attention I was looking for came. Okay. So at some point of my life, I was speaking almost every day. I was speaking almost every day of my life because people wouldn't let me rest. They wouldn't let me be. They wanted to finish me with invitations, right? Okay. So that's it. You can start by creating your own events. Okay. You can start by creating your own events. And this is what will help you to host your own events. These are the tips that would help you. Okay. One is decide what you want to be talking about, decide what you want the event to be about, decide what you want your audience to understand you for, to know you for, to follow you for. Okay. Then choose a format that you want for your speaking. Choose a format. So do you want this to be a webinar? Do you want it to be a masterclass? Do you want it to be a retreat, a panel session, whatever? Choose the format of that program, right? Or anything you want to do that involves using your voice. Choose the format, right? The next thing is to pick the platform. Choose the platform that you're going to use. Okay. So now at this point, I would want to advocate for something, especially if you are starting out. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to get everything perfect. This is one thing that kills a lot of people's dreams. This is one thing that makes a lot of people not to manifest. This is one thing that would delay you from actually getting things done. You thinking that you need the perfect tool to start, you need the perfect whatever, you need the perfect backdrop, perfect background. There's nothing here. There's nothing. This is just a white background. This is my wall. It's painted white. Nothing special. My phone is suspended on a phone holder on a tripod stand, of which even if I didn't have a tripod stand, I would have just brought table and a stack of books. I'll put my phone on top. Start with the simplest tools that you can get. Whatever you can lay your hands on right now is perfect for you to start. Yes, I have my ring light here, a broken ring light. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me show you what this is broken. It's broken, right? This is what I have. Okay, but I had to just plug it in like that. And there's another one just beside me. Be not beside. Let me see. Okay, I hope this doesn't fall and crash too loudly. But I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can get this a bit lower. Okay, so this particular one, this is it. This is the bigger one. This is the bigger one, and it's damaged, it's spoiled. So I'm using it to hang, I'm just using it to suspend the other one, the other ring light. the main, the one that is good. So I don't know how to explain this. But what I'm saying is, don't wait for the perfect tools. Even if I didn't have all this, even if I don't have all this, in fact, I started without all these things. You can use simple tools. Use your what is it called? Your reading lamp. Put it on top of the desk or table. Stack books and support whatever you want to support. Let it be fixing you, and then you have a good setup. Or you can record your sessions in bright daylight, with sunlight, okay, natural light. Or just get a very good white bulb, a very good bright white bulb. You know, some of these things are not too expensive. You can get some of those very bright white bulbs for as little as 4,000, 5,000 naira currently. Yes, I know currently. Some people it may not be little, but at least you can get that and just put it, fix it, and start. Record sessions, cut them, edit them, and do your thing. Okay, start putting out content that will position you as an expert online in that area that you are talking about. Okay, so what else? What else? What's the next thing that you want to do? I mentioned pick your platform. Do you want to use Facebook? Do you want to use Twitter? Do you want to use YouTube? Whatever. I'll outline some of these things. Again, remember, if you are starting out, start simple. Start simple. You're just starting, you want to go and jump to Zoom and get premium Zoom and all the complications, here and there, here and there. If you find Zoom complicated, a bit complicating, or if you find it difficult to operate, please use platforms that suit you, especially when you are starting out. Okay, especially when you have not really made so much money to afford premium tools, certain premium tools. Start with what you can. I tell people this a lot: start with what you have. What you have is enough to get you started, and it's only when you have started that you can change the world. Okay, so the next thing I would advise you to do is also to have a simple sign up page. It could be Google Forms, it could be WhatsApp. Have a place that people click and then they can come in. Now, let me give you wisdom here. Choose messenger platforms to house people that you are having for events. Choose messenger platforms. What do I mean by messenger platforms? WhatsApp is a good example. So some people, when they are doing events, when they are hosting events, they try to I don't know why sometimes we try to impress people who are not after being impressed, right? So they try to impress the participants, and they are taking them through all manners of processes. Okay, so I would recommend you keeping it simple. Either you are creating a simple, ouch, ouch. Okay, so if you are not like us, you may not understand what happened here, but just follow, just follow. Okay, so let's just continue. Let's continue. I think it will come back again. So this is very funny, looking at myself in the darkness. So, like I was saying, I should get something to augment this. But let me finish up with this. Let me finish up with this. Please stay with me. Okay. Have a simple sign up page. You don't have to be taking your participants through complicated processes. Um, You can use Google Forms, they click the link, they join. WhatsApp is also good. Okay. It's a messenger platform. So if you're sending reminders, they will easily get them through WhatsApp. So have them as many as possible join WhatsApp groups. You can fill up groups if you are able to fill up groups. And then once you are ready, you will now use the main platform. So there should be a streaming platform and there should be a housing platform. So that housing platform can be your email. So when they are doing anything, you're adding them to your email list. They're downloading your free book, you're adding them to your email list. And when it's time to go live, you send the reminder on through their email. But depending on where you are, some countries are notable, remarkable, they are notorious for not opening their emails. So depending on where you are, you can decide which strategy to use. So I usually advise people, you're hosting a training, you're doing a course, whatever, let people join a WhatsApp group. There are tools now like One Mission that you can use to message everybody in a WhatsApp group directly as long as you are the admin. So you can look at those tools and make life easier for yourself. Okay. So the next thing is promote via community, social media or email list. Okay. So you're doing a program, don't just keep it to yourself. Promote that program, promote it through community, through social media, through email list that you already have. Whatever you're doing, be creating community. Even if you have not started speaking yet, be building your community. Whatever business you're into, be building your community. Have a WhatsApp group, have a channel that people who know you can come and get more value from you whenever you make a post. Because the truth of the matter is, this is 2025. And almost anything you do out there has the capacity of going viral without your consent, without your knowledge. You didn't have to plan anything. But just because you posted it out there, something happened, somebody reposted, another person reposted, next thing is viral. So you want people to have a place, a safe space, a home where they can come and they are sure that this is you and them. Okay, so whenever you're now having events, you can promote it through such communities. That means posts that you're making online, you should be drawing them somewhere. If you've noticed me on Facebook, if you followed me on Facebook for a while, you will notice I usually draw attention to three communities: Learner's Tribe, which other one? After Learner's Tribe, it's Healthy Wealthy Moms Club, and after Healthy Wealthy Moms Club, it's the Multiverse. Yes, the Multiverse. So I post a lot and I talk about those communities, those groups. So do well to join, so and so, join this. And then whenever I have any program that is, that is going to help them, any program that I know that is tailored to the members of a particular community, I'll just copy the link and I'll go to the that group and I'll share it with them. Okay. Now, the next one I'll talk about is when hosting your own events. One of the things I'll tell you about is offering value first instead of selling upfront. So some people don't know how to offer value. So they create programs and then they just start selling. It's 3K buy, it's 5K, it's 10K buy. No, you have to be able to like convert people from one phase to another, move people to a system where you would nurture them and make them believe that what you are trying to sell to them will give them a lot of value. Testimonials help. So that's why I would advise, if you are starting out, start for free. Start for free. Do it for free. Coach for free. Train for free. Speak for free, and get results. It is with that feedback that you'll be able to sell or upsell your coaching programs, your speaking invitation, whatever, your course, your classes, your digital products, you know. But people need to experience you and trust you first. Okay. So let me give you a typical example. If you are teaching people how to speak in public, you can do a free training on how to overcome the fear of public speaking. Many people are going to come. Teach them so much that it will look as if they paid for it. Then from there, you will now introduce them to the paid training. You know why? When you when you tell people overcome the fear of public speaking. You will most likely attract, let's say, 5% of people you would attract are just there for being their sake. They just want to attend, you know. Another 5% are people who want to use this for business. So they want to become better public speakers so that they can improve their business, they can sell their products, right? But the large majority of people you're going to attract are people who have that fear of public speaking. And among that large majority, there are many people who want to become public speakers. Maybe out of the majority, you have like 50 to 60% of people who it is their dream to become public speakers. But because of that limitation, they can't. They feel they can't. So the moment you come and put it in that manner, right? Overcome the fear of public speaking, most of them will come. Most of them will join. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is branding and visibility for speakers. But before then, let me also dwell on this a little bit. Okay. Hosting your your own events. Remember, I said start with simple tools, start with few people. That would help you. Start, just start, just start. Okay. Um, don't let anything stop you or make you feel like you can't do it. You actually can. You have a lot of value that you should be giving out. You know, you can, you can. And remember that it is in the doing. I mean, my mom would say the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. It's while you are doing this that you actually get better. It's while you are teaching and speaking and coaching that you get better. It's not by reading a book or taking a course. It's by being in the field. It's by practicing it. Okay. So um that said, that said, branding and visibility for speakers and coaches. Branding and visibility, what you need to know. Okay. Your voice needs a visible identity. Branding is how people remember you or refer you. Branding is the identity that you have. It's the perception. Sorry. So branding is the perception that you have. Jeff Bezos would say that your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. Your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. It's the expression of you that is left with people. Does that make sense? Does that even make sense? So, if you are not around and somebody mentions your name and people begin to think a certain way, that's your brand. Oh, this calm, jovial guy that is always smiling, that's your brand. Oh, is it that talkative? Doesn't know how to talk. Very arrogant person. That's your brand. Okay? It's a set of cluster, a set of identity, an identity set or an identity metrics. So you want to ensure that you are building the right brand as a public speaker and you're not making it difficult for your audience to follow. So what will this entail? What will this branding, what will it entail? Okay, so let me reconnect this. Bear with me. Okay, so what would this branding entail? I had to connect this to my power bank. Okay, give me some time. Okay, first off, I want you to know that you need to be visible. You need people to see you. Whatever you are doing, as a speaker, as a writer, coach, whatever, anything you are expressing, you need people to see you. Visibility is a need. Is a need. Okay, so here are a few tips to actually help you build your brand as a speaker, and also be visible. Number one, have a clear identity. Okay, a clear identity. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pick only one thing, but narrowing down to say two, three things that you talk about, at least in a season. And I would want to give my own definition of season. So I would say every 2 to 3 months, right? You are able to consolidate. You know why? Um, Social media algorithm does not really do you so much good all the time. It means that there are some people that you can make 70 posts in 3 months and they would see only 10. The remaining 60, they won't see it. And it's not their fault, it's the algorithm. Okay. So you want to consistently talk about a few things that they would derive value from. Okay. And it means, I would suggest high value topics. Okay. When I started out, I was talking about digital learning, I was talking about personal branding, I was talking about personal development, social media optimization. These were the major things I started with, and it helped me to connect better with my audience. So you can figure out what yours is, come out, speak, go live on camera, speak, record yourself, put it out there. That's one of the ways people will actually get to know you. You can play a trick on yourself. Go on live, record. When you are done, download, copy, edit, get small portions of what you have done, put it out online. Okay, put them out, scatter them on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. That's what we call content repurposing. You can repurpose content. Edit, you did a 1 hour content, cut some portions, 1 minute each, the most interesting parts of it, scatter them online. Okay, now, um create strong digital presence. Remember, I said there should be a good representation of you online. You should be consistent with your message. Okay, you should be consistent with your message. Especially if you want to monetize. If your goal is monetization, please, you need to streamline. You need to streamline. I'm an advocate of doing many things. I'm a multi-potentialite. But if you want to make money, if your goal is making money, you need to be able to understand your audience. What do they want? What does this audience really want from me? Right? What do they need? Ask questions. Ask, what would you want me to be talking about? I would want to talk about two topics on my handle. What would you want it to be? Ask questions and find out. By the time you found out, then you can take your next steps. Okay. So maybe they tell you, oh, I want to learn public speaking, I want to learn personal branding. How do you confidence, you are too confident, I want to be confident. Those are the things that you now be taking note of. That means when you organize your own class, your own course, your own program, you look for all the things they've said, and that is what's going to make up your module 1, module 2 to the last module. That's what you are going to use to create your program. Is this making sense? Okay, so number 3, be consistently visible. Oh, I didn't even talk about number 2. Create a strong digital presence. Your bio, your profile, your photo, your tagline. If you follow me online, I usually post my bio a lot. Sometimes I just go and post my bio, talk about what I do, what I'm working on, and then people get to react, they scream, wow, this is amazing. Only one person doing all these things. It's part of you building credibility. It's part of you nurturing the trust that people have for you. Okay. So be consistently visible. Pick a platform and show up. Today, now, you should be getting your hands on video based platforms like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. YouTube is a very searchable platform. It means that anything you're doing on YouTube, somebody can search for your name. When somebody types your name online, they have a higher likelihood of seeing that thing that you're doing on YouTube. So go on YouTube, record yourself, put it there, have live sessions, use tools like StreamYard and Restream, what I'm using currently. Put your videos online, put your videos there. It doesn't even matter whether it's having all the views that you want. In the meantime, just do these things, just do them. Okay. The next one is to share your stories, teach concepts, and invite engagement. Okay. Let people engage with what you're doing. Collaborate too. Look for speakers in your field, in your industry. Collaborate with them. Create value that will be in demand. Okay. Now, these are some other things that you need to know about branding. These are some other things that you need to know about branding. And let me tell you this, you can't say you are building a brand and then your profile picture is a mess. It's one shabby looking profile picture, right? You can't say you're building a brand that way. You can't say you're building a brand and your profile picture is your pastor. It doesn't make sense. Or an apostle. It doesn't make sense. It's called profile picture for a reason. It's personal space. In fact, if you're using the picture of your pastor as your profile picture, you should be arrested. That's impersonation. It's scammers that do that. It's impersonation. Okay? So these things are very, very important, extremely important for you to know. Have a clear identity, be consistently visible, share stories, teach concepts, invite engagement. Remember, so these are some of the other things around branding that you should know. Your name, your logo, your tagline. Okay. Um, in my campus fellowship, I can remember the tagline, building tomorrow's leaders today. Building tomorrow's leaders today. NIFES, building tomorrow's leaders today. Okay. So you should have something like that. Your tagline could be a statement, could be your I help statement, helping people become better versions of themselves. I help people become better versions of themselves. I teach to transform. Baking, or let me not say baking because I'm referring to creative expression here. Okay, so your visual style, your your visual style, your videos, your images that you use frequently, the brand colors, the fonts. Vusi Tembekwayo. Some of you should know, all of you should know Vusi. Vusi is one public speaker I would recommend that you follow if you want to learn public speaking, beyond just talking. Vusi has unique fonts that he uses for his presentations. And I think the fonts are even trademarked. So you won't see any presentation that you see that doesn't come with that font. It's not Vusi. It can't be Vusi. Okay. So but sometimes these things are extreme. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to even be like Vusi. Really. I don't have a specific font. That's none of my business. I don't even care so much about colors. Maybe later, but now, no, that's really not so much of my business. What I care about the most is value. What value are you able to transmit to the people who are listening to you? If you are giving them maximum value, if you are giving them value in the optimal, they wouldn't care so much about your brand color and brand logo and brand blah blah blah. What they would know is who is doing it. Is it Chijioke? I'm going to be there. It's that simple. Okay, so what else are we looking at? Signature topics or hashtags, you know, other things, hashtags, connection points, words that connect you to your audience. When I say you're gonna learn, you're gonna learn the hard way. You have somebody in mind. That's a that's a signature, what will I even call it? A signature phrase, right? You're gonna learn and you're gonna learn the hard way. You have somebody in mind already. If you know who I'm talking about, you can mention him. So that's it. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is tools, creative tools that you can use. All these things I'm talking about, I've been talking about, all these things are targeted towards helping you monetize your craft, monetizing your craft as a speaker, monetizing your craft as a creative. I said a lot of things here. Summarily, start for free, be consistent, get results, brand your testimonials, brandish your testimonials, request testimonials from people, post them online, talk about what you do, let people know that you are open to invitations. Sometimes people want to invite you, but they don't know if you're open. Yeah, they want to invite you to their events, they want you to speak, but they don't know if you're open to that. But when you now announce it everywhere, put it everywhere, oh, I'm open to speaking on this topic, I'm open to speaking on this topic, open to giving a speech on this, they get to know. And yes, yes, they will reach out when the time is due. Even if nobody is inviting you, invite yourself, start speaking. You have a platform. Your WhatsApp status is a platform. Your Facebook is a platform. YouTube is a platform. Everywhere. There are platforms everywhere wasting. But why would you want to wait for somebody else to invite you? Get started. Let me tell you one of the reasons you should start now. There are opportunities you want to apply for now. You know, they'll ask for your impact projects. They'll ask for proof of your speaking engagements. It's not just that, oh, I spoke so, so, and so. They will say, where is the link? Do you have the videos? Copy the link and post. Copy the link and submit. Let us see. I have applied for two of such opportunities recently. And I was surprised. I was amazed. You're asking me for proof of my engagement. I had to go and be copying and sending, sharing some of them from YouTube. Thank God I document my processes. Thank God I document some of my experiences. Start small, think big, scale. Okay. So what are the most useful creative tools that you would need in this journey? Number one is WhatsApp. Number one is WhatsApp. Especially if you're in a country where WhatsApp is enabled. Use WhatsApp, please. Use WhatsApp. You can use WhatsApp to create broadcast lists. You can use it for coaching groups. I've been using WhatsApp for my inner circle. All the cohorts of my inner circle since 2020, we've done like 6 cohorts. We're currently in the 6th cohort. All the cohorts hosted on WhatsApp. Create a room. How many people will be inside? Highest. If it's a paid group, maybe 100 people or 50. If it's a free training, if the group gets filled up, you can create another one. But like, it's not meant to be rocket science. Create broadcast lists, create coaching groups, status updates, lead magnets, get people to join the group and then nurture them and then sell something to them that they're going to buy. Okay. You can also be speaking, practicing, speaking, dropping voice notes. If you want to become a better speaker, communicate more with voice notes. You can create a group of people and beg them, please just come and let me speak. I'm going to be sharing value with you for free. Join my community. I'm creating a small mentoring group, or I'm creating a group that will be sharing insights on so and so. They join. It's free for them. They are getting value, but they don't know what you are doing. You're actually using them. You're using them to practice public speaking. So right there in that group, don't text. Just communicate with your voice only. That's one of the only ways you can get better with public speaking. Use your voice, speak. You cannot get better with speaking if you don't speak. And that's why I don't recommend reading speaking books, public speaking books, to learn public speaking. Yes, it's good. They are good. They'll give you ideas, strategies, and this and that. But until you speak and see others speak, you will not really understand the dynamics of public speaking. You'll just keep doing theory. So WhatsApp is good. Okay, WhatsApp is good. Use WhatsApp a lot. Okay, the next one is YouTube. YouTube. This is currently streaming on YouTube. You can integrate YouTube with other streaming platforms. YouTube is good for hosting speaking clips, live sessions, storytelling ideas, educational content, you know, and also monetize with ads later. So YouTube has this policy where you can apply for monetization when you have up to 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So you should strive towards actually making up to that metrics, and then you can apply for monetization and they can pay you. Some people make a lot of money from YouTube monetization that they really don't even need any other thing outside of that. Okay, so you should be intentional about some of these things. The next one is Facebook. You can use Facebook. I've used Facebook to create my inner circle communities, coaching communities, other communities and tribes, right? So you can, run groups, you can promote your events, you can do whatever, build community on Facebook, a lot of things, right? You can go live on Facebook. Please go live. Please go live on Facebook. Okay, the next one is Telegram. You can create channels for your tribe, you can sell courses, you can build community. Telegram has some amazing features. You can even build your course on Telegram, on a group or channel that you will change the settings and you will not allow anybody to download anything from there. So if they want to watch it, they have to come to that group and watch it there. If they want to do anything, they want to read your book in that group, they will read it there, read your content. They can't take screenshots, they can't copy. So that's actually a very good way of protecting some of your intellectual property, you know, using just Telegram. So the next one is Zoom. Of course, Zoom. You can host virtual speaking engagements, paid trainings, whatever on Zoom. Okay. There's Google Meet, client calls, speaking sessions, speaking gigs, interviews can be done over Google Meet. You can have your classes, your sessions there as well. Now, the next one is StreamYard and Restream. So you can stream simultaneously. So I'm doing this on LinkedIn and I'm doing it on YouTube at the same time. I could have chosen maybe YouTube and Facebook, and it's Restream that I'm using. Sometimes I choose to use StreamYard. Very powerful tools that you can use to actually stream. And then the good thing about this is you use it to the point that you master it. Because you're consistently speaking, you develop your speaking ability and capacity. Anywhere you're called to speak, you know what to say. Okay, so these are good options for you. There's ChatGPT. Let me just say AI. Let me not say ChatGPT. AI. Okay, it helps you to write, to script content, generate titles, edit your bio, create ideas. So just learn how to prompt. And even if you don't know how to prompt, you can prompt a basic, you can use a basic prompt to help ChatGPT help you. So you want to prompt something. So let me say, I use ChatGPT to flesh up my presentations a lot. So let me say, um, write an article on wellness for people who are older than 40. Indicate wellness checks that they should be doing every 3 months. Then what I'll do is I'll put it in quotation, and then I'll go to the top and say, ChatGPT, acting as a prompt engineer with 10 years of medical experience, rewrite this prompt, right? And I'll put what I put. When I put it, I can even say rewrite the prompt and then respond. It will rewrite the prompt for me and then it will respond to it. So use computer to your advantage. It is those who are not aware of the powers available in these things that will be swept away, that will be left behind. Those who are not aware, who are not taking advantage of this. AI has not come to take our jobs, it has come to make our lives easy. It's when you are lazy and you're not evolving, that's when AI will completely switch you off. Okay? So you can write your bio. For those who are still having issues with writing bio, write anything you want to write. Write, let it be nonsense. Even if it doesn't make sense, just write anything. Write, explain yourself, talk about yourself, brag, make mistakes, grammatical blunders, whatever. That's fine. But the way you have written everything, okay, you can put quotation, this comma on top, comma, quotation mark, right? Put that thing in between, and then ask ChatGPT to help rewrite your bio to sound more professional for a particular speaking gig. Rewrite my bio, remove every typo. Help me make this bio sound more professional. It will gladly do it within a few seconds. You have a clean bio. Then you two look at it and see if it matches. Because sometimes you finish doing all those things, you now submit. ChatGPT will go and say, Chijoko Tiba is a business coach with 10 years of experience. Business coach, nah, I'm not. 10 years of experience in business coaching, I don't have. So you have to cross check to ensure that the machine understands your prompt. Okay, so you edit, you write something and put it out, the machine edits, I mean ChatGPT edits it, you look at it, see, proofread it and edit if there's need to. Voila, you're good to go. Okay, so look at how to use ChatGPT. I'll give you practical examples. So I want to develop a training on let me see what it is going to be, on emotional intelligence. So I'll come to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, write my bio to fit this session on emotional intelligence. I am so so and so. I do this and do that. I've done training programs covering basic soft skills, this, that. So rewrite my bio in third person. It will rewrite it. Then I'll say, give me um give me an outline for this presentation. It will drop the outline, flesh it out. It will flesh it out. Flesh it out means add more flesh, do research, and give me insight. You have given me a skeleton, now give me insight. Pour out, flesh up, fill out that presentation. It will do that. You can even use ChatGPT to create slides and some other AI tools to build your slides from beginning to the end. Okay, so um that's one. That's one. So you can create a short script. ChatGPT, give me a short script for, oh, thank God. Give me a short script for a Facebook Live about overcoming fear, and watch it do that for you. Sometimes when you use ChatGPT a lot, when you've used ChatGPT a lot, you can even get to the point where you can tell ChatGPT, having studied my writing, write like me, write this in my own voice. To write, okay, you can use ChatGPT to write sales copy. You want to market your public speaking training, you want to market your training, or you want to invite people to your free class, your free training, your free live session, but you don't know what to say, you don't know how to say it. So just write whatever you have, send it to ChatGPT and ask it to edit this and make it a professional whatever. You can ask ChatGPT to write a sales copy that would invite people to buy into this course. Once it's done, you copy, you go to Google Documents, you edit, remove this dash, this hyphen, and which other thing? Just remove the hyphen to make it difficult for people to detect. If there's any strong word there, any word that you think human beings may not easily understand, especially in the part of your own world, I mean, the part of the world that you are, you can remove and replace. Simple. Okay. So once you have understood these basic truths, your next step should be action. There's nothing much that is new to say. Your next step should be action. Where do I start? When do I start? Let me start today. Let me start tomorrow. Just like giving out value. Create a WhatsApp group. All you need to actually start is a WhatsApp group and a flyer. You can get your friends who design to do wonderful designs for you. They will just do very nice flyer for you. Very nice flyer. And then you create a WhatsApp group, edit the info, the group info and what have you. And then voila, get started. Plan out your content. You can even use ChatGPT to plan out how you organize it. Day one, day two, day three to day eight or day 10. What topics will I need to be talking about? And it will list it out for you and you get started. Use ChatGPT, develop all the presentations, and you know, you get started. There's another tool I want to mention, AZ Recorder. With your phone, you can actually record short courses and upload. It can help you record your screen. So if you have a slide, you can be using the slide and you are talking in the background and you're good to go. There are many options for you to actually start. Okay, I would recommend you changing your network or upgrading your network, going to where high net worth individuals are and pitching yourself there, making friends who can actually afford what you think you are marketing. Okay, so that's it for now. I would appreciate any questions that you have. Bring it to the group chat, and we'll talk about that. I'll answer your questions. Thank you very much for joining, and congratulations to all those who have been a part of this training. Congratulations, congratulations. Um, we will meet up in the group. I look forward to hearing how this was for you. Have an amazing night rest.